Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. So, as you can see from the description of today's episode, once again we are grinding on those 2020 badges, and there's actually something going on that's actually going to help us out with that quite a bit here. And it has to do with the fact that you don't have to complete every single mission through the limited quest to get those badges. There's actually a much better quest that you can do right now, which will help us out with that. And so let's go ahead and head down to the counter so that we can start into those. Let's see, so we're going under Featured Quest, a world engulfed in shadows, and we're going to start this up on extra hard mode. And basically what's happening right now is a lot of players are running through this instead of running through the limited quest with the Space Magatsu right now, because the Space Magatsu quest is going to give you about 20 badges per run with about 15 to 16 minutes of work, while this quest is going to give you 15 badges for about 3 minutes of work. Right now we're just waiting for the team to fill up, basically, so it's actually, once the team fills up, we'll be going here, but it's pretty cool, because already I've managed to get my Novell sword up to plus 35 at this point here. So really the next step is I need to get that Liberate unlocker. Once I get that, then the sword will be all set to go here. And thank you for redeeming those highlights there, everyone, Mr. Cool and Phantasy Star. Yeah, and you might have also noticed I added a little something extra in there. Yeah, that's a secret. Let's see here. We're at 5 players. Typically, most teams will go at around 8 or 9. Now we're at 7 players. But yeah, this is going to go by really quick, and the reason for that is this is essentially just a boss rush mission. Alright, we're at 11, so we can actually go ahead and start the teleporter now, just because players can still come in even as you are starting up the teleporter. But yeah, the Novell swords and, or rather, Novell weapons and units are kind of the big commodity items right now, because these are essentially going to be what you're essentially expected to have as we head into the new year here. And I'll be able to show you some of those once we do a couple of rounds of this here. So yeah, the enemies go down real quick here. I'm also taking the opportunity to also run this with my boosters, because this is also giving me a chance to also level up as well here, which is kind of hard to do once you hit level 85 or so, but I'm finding I'll level up once every 10 to 15 runs of this here. So now we're on Lilliput here. There goes that one. Is the second one, and just for reference, I am playing as a hunter at 12, so that basically means that I never have to worry about healing for this character. It is one of the best class combinations I have ever seen in terms of just quality of life stuff. It is such an amazing combination. Let me pull the volume back now, because I do see that it is a little bit loud on the game volume. And of course we would run into talking dragons here. Alright, and on to the last area. We are in the Corrupted Ruins now. So we got Dio Hunar here, as well as the Anga Fundage. They're both on the ground. Now this one's about to pop back up in just a second here. And there we go. The mission is complete. Let's head back up to the camp ship. And there we go. S rank, 15 2020 badges. And Phantasy Star, thank you for continuing your gift sub. Let me find out what's going on with the Streamlabs thing here. Why that's not working here. Bear with me for 1 second, everyone. Let's see, alert box, and let me just do a test here. Okay, now it's working. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, let's start into the next one here, which we can actually do from over here. And right now, I'm not really worried about using up my boosters here, just because they do, even though I'm giving up some of the rare drop and try boost, ultimately I do want to try to get the extra experience that's coming from this here. Let's see here. I will have to reconnect with that player. Para is a player I've known for a very long time. Back from the, I want to say the Phantasy Star Universe days, while the official servers were still up. Looks like we're about to get going again here. But aside from this, once we get the Novel Sword, I've got several other things on tap for today. But we do have to complete several of these runs first here. And of course, if anybody wants to join me on some of these runs, I'm more than happy to have you in a party here. Just let me know. Just be aware that I am running the extra hard version of this, so you will need to at least meet the minimum requirements for that. Which I think is, both your main class and subclass need to be level 75. And thank you for the follow, Mr. Cool, as well. Alright, last target over here, we've got a Zeta Grounds. This guy looks a little different than he does back in Phantasy Star Online, doesn't he, there, Star? It's the first Grounds I've ever seen that had legs. Alright, let me go ahead and refresh my experience booster here. As you can see, these bosses, they just melt, because we've got 12 players in here, so these missions go by really, really fast. And so because of that, like I said, it's like 15 minutes for 20 badges when you do the Space Magatsu versus 3 minutes of this stuff for 15 badges? Yeah, I think I'll stick with this. Especially since it's the badges I'm after, not necessarily going after facing Space Magatsu over and over and over. I mean, there is reason to do it, for the purposes of getting different titles and such, but there's time to do that later. Alright, that wraps up that one. I need to... Well, first before that, let me start up the next one so I don't lose this group. But I need to clear some space in my inventory since these aren't, Never mind, I don't have time for this one. Yeah, remember when I started the teleporter last time? Well, not last time, but the first time here today, and... Alright, that's coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll see where we are on the badge count by then. Yeah, so basically you can start up the teleporter, and players will still be able to come into the group, and that's essentially what just happened to me here. Whereby the timer was already going by the time I had joined this group. You kind of need to know if it's worth it for you to continue on with a group that you end up in that state with. If it's an emergency quest, you generally do want to continue, just because if you leave too many groups, you can get soft banned for doing things like that, especially if the team is at 12 players at that point. But in a mission like... in a mission like this, it really doesn't matter if you're getting into it a few seconds late. As long as you're around for most of the kills, you'll still get your S rank on it. Alright, there's another one done. Yeah, these just go by really, really fast. Let's see if I can put some stuff away now here, because I was doing a little experimentation earlier. On what I actually want to build onto the sword once it's ready. There we go. So we're at 37 badges right now. I need another 163. And then at that point, I'll be able to get my Liberate unlocker, and the sword will be done aside from adding on the abilities. So of course, the other big news that's going on, we're still waiting for more information about the North American beta test for Phantasy Star Online 2, but More and more, what's been happening is the Play PSO2 account on Twitter has become extremely active as of late, which kind of has me thinking we might actually see the start of the beta test in the next week or two, the way they're being so active about it right now. But that's just a feeling I have. I'm not saying that's actually going to happen. But it would kind of make sense, because that would then give Sega time to fix any major issues that come up. Frankly, I'm expecting it to be more of a stress test than an actual beta. And kind of the main reason I'm thinking that way is because once we hit March, we're going to start having some pretty major releases come out that are going to essentially drain away any excitement there might have been for PSO2. Between Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk 2077, which are about a month apart from each other, and based on what I'm seeing, the entire video game industry has effectively gotten out of the way of these two games. There are no releases for 10 days after Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then Cyberpunk 2077, there are no releases for 8 days after that game. So, it's really interesting to see what the industry is doing right now, and really at this point, timing is going to be key for the launch of Phantasy Star Online 2 in the West. But again, we'll see how all this plays out in the end. It's nice that I got into a group here that's actually completing these really fast here. Let's see here. I've also been working a little bit as of late on the timeline theory a bit more. I've started putting kind of the main points I have to a timeline. And Celios Kingdom, thank you for the raid. Yeah, so as I was explaining before, basically right now we're just hunting down some 2020 badges here. If anybody wants to join, just let me know in the chat. Hey Waltz, a little bit. What, I think I saw you last week, I want to say. And not a whole lot. Just started today. It's what can I say? The hunt is never ending for these badges, but if you want to get ahead, you really need to hunt these right now. But this is kind of the more efficient way to do it right now, since a hunt doing the Space Magatsu mission takes about 15 minutes each, and gets you only 20 badges, while this, for 3 minutes of work, will give you 15 badges, so it's way more efficient. And thank you for the follow as well there, Celios Kingdom. Plus, I'm also being helpful by doing this, helping the lower level players as well. If anybody or if anyone is in here like that. Which, if I pull this up here, yeah, like I'm seeing a 78 in here, an 80, 79, so yeah. Cool. Yeah, Waltz, you probably took the deadline automate then. Yeah, I did the same here with the Hunter automate. It's basically your exactly, yeah. Your health pool has effectively become how many mates you have left, essentially. That plus what your maximum HP is and such. So if you don't have one yet, I would actually recommend that you get yourself a Rappy Shine. Either that or grab a full set of the Novell units. The Rappy Shine gives you 777 HP on your rear, while each of the Novell units gives you 180, I think. Alright, we'll probably be able to squeeze 2 more in before the emergency quest starts. Yeah, regarding Hunter Ituel, I just love the fact that, you know, it's like you never go down at this point now. It's more a case of, okay, you gotta watch out for things like being burned or poisoned or things like that, which suck your HP really quickly, but other than that, as long as you're paying attention, and you've got a proper way to deal with that, whether it be soul atomizers or what I use here, which is this Storm Shade, which has a built-in anti, that will take care of the problem. And I keep that around just because, as you can see, my sub-palette is pretty full at this point. I really don't have room to put soul atomizers on there. It's nice to have a ranger with weak bullet in here as well. That can go a long way. No, that's fine, Starved. Definitely rest up. I know today is your, yeah, I guess today at this point is your day off. Rest up and feel well. And once again, thank you for the raid. Oh, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit up my Discord as well. That's going to be in the description down below. Alright, this is the last area coming up here. If there's one thing that would make me keep the Lightstream weapon a little bit longer, it would be if the cooldown on the Photon Point refill was a bit quicker than it is here right now. I do find towards this portion of this mission I am starting to run out of photon points. And actually it just refilled here. But not quickly enough that I couldn't dash dash across all that over there. Alright, that's that one. Alright, and you know what? We're very quickly going to run into the emergency quest here, so why don't we go ahead and just kick back for a couple of seconds here while that pops up here. There isn't that much that I actually need from this emergency quest at this point, but it's always nice to have, basically to replenish, like, my X-Cube storage and such. There we go. Alright, let's head on down. Now, some of you may remember this area looks similar to what we've seen previously from the solo trigger, but this also has, this particular version of it is actually a bit longer than that, since we'll actually be climbing along the Yggdrasil tree here. I'm not sure if I do or not. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that plugin, to be honest. I'm still fairly new with Twitch, to be honest. Yalgin. Of course, he goes down real quick. Since this is effectively episode 4 content and everybody is way overpowered from then. Yeah, one of the major differences you'll see between Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Online 2 is the action is a lot quicker than it was in that game. You're effectively expected to figure out like how your invincibility frame windows work, or how to dodge and parry attacks, compared to that game where it's more a more laid back kind of environment. Even though you might, you know, be surrounded by creatures, typically you'll just like get knocked down to the ground and then you'll immediately rest or something like that. Alright, just about done. Now we're just running along the tree here. And that was an area transition that just happened there. Got me. Alright, this last set of stairs will take us up to the final boss. Everybody likes to call this guy the old man for some reason. I think it's kind of a moniker that he got from how often he showed up for the Christmas 2019 event. And Heaven's Oblivion, thank you for the follow. This attack you can avoid as long as you keep an eye on the ground. This one's an AoE, but it's kind of a donut AoE. And now we move on to the Dragon Head phase. Up we go! Yeah, I like to hold that for a brief moment so I get warped down instead of taking the long knockback. Alright, up we go again. That knocked him to the ground. Well, that's not good. He's destroying the moon. Yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, part of this game does actually take place on Earth. And I'm not talking about that fake Earth that was in Phantasy Star Zero. Alright, he'll be down, and there we go! Yeah, he went down real quick. Like I said, this is episode 4 content, and we're up to episode 6 now. Alright, Celia's Kingdom, thank you for the raid. And, have a good meal, and, I guess, a good night as well. Yeah, that is the plan. I will be playing the Western version. Alright, let's see if anything good dropped. Looks like we got a few good things here.
Completed.
Oh, that disc will sell well. Alright. Yeah, I'm already confirmed in the beta. That happened a few hours after I signed up for it. Right now, I'm just waiting for the, I guess, for the download for the beta here. Alright, let's see what actually came out of that here. 24 hours? Nice. I'll probably be doing something the same if we at least get some notice ahead of time that I can schedule the day off or something. Alright, anything that is less than 7 abilities I get rid of, since they don't sell fast enough for me to have them hanging around. Oh yeah, I completely agree on that. Let's see. Thiznaka Chuck? I think that's how you say that. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'll probably be racing as well to the to max level, but we gotta see what state the game is in first before we actually look at that, because we don't know where this is actually starting. Max level for the beta could be like something really low, like level 30 or something like that. If it's episode 4, then I would say it would be at least a decent amount of time. If it's episode 6, that could actually drag on for about a week then at that point. Just because it takes so much experience to go from 75 to 90. I'm sure there are other people that are going to be racing to the top. Yeah, and I'm kind of hoping that if I can kind of make it to the top level first, it'll at least get me some notoriety. Granted, I've gotten notoriety in the past through this series. I was part of the team that helped to set up... I was essentially the mastermind behind how New Legacy won the AOL Cup back during when Blue Burst official was up. Anyway, let's see. Liberate Unlocker, that's what I'm still working towards here. And I'm at 82 of 200 badges, so let's get back to running those, that featured quest. And then, of course, like I said, I've been working on a timeline theory for quite some time now, and it's really interesting when you look at this series here, because... Sorry for knocking the microphone there, but basically, the way things are looking right now, Phantasy Star Online 2 appears to be a prequel to the Algol series. What triggered quest glitch?
Deus Esca に対し撃退作戦を開始します。
You can't do that with that particular mission. You only get one shot at it. There are some that do let you run them over and over. But when you go into each EQ, it'll say once you enter the mission how many more times you can run it. Or are you talking about something else? I literally have no idea what the glitch you're talking about is then. Sounds like it would have been useful, though, when some of the newer EQs came out. Granted, Sega has had a weird history of who they decide to ban in this game. Like, at one point there was like a photon art that was doing way too much damage, and they threatened to ban players that used it too much. I think it was the Volgraptor on the Partisan. It was like doing too much damage against Magatsu or something like that. And then, of course, let's also not forget the times when they did some really interesting things where they basically had to give players free Arcs cash. But at this point, that's way in the past. Alright, that finishes that run. Let's start this up again. I think I'm going to modify the sound here briefly, just because otherwise, each time we join one of these, it's going to be playing the voiceover for the emergency quest starting. Yep, there it goes at the top of the screen, you can see there. Again, I hope everybody is having a great evening here. I'll be with you for quite a while this evening here. This isn't going to be everything tonight. We've got several other things to take care of today as well. But I'm kind of like on the last step of this here. Gotcha. Thank you. But yeah, going back to the North American release again, the real question is going to be what state is everything in, what content is actually going to be available from the start. Like, one big question I have is, even though they've mentioned 9 classes, that would seem to imply that the advanced classes aren't going to be available. But it's possible they might be, because the wording that Sega has chosen is kind of interesting. They say that you can start with 9 classes, but the advanced classes, technically you can't get them until you're further on into the game. So the question is going to be, is that actually going to be available from the start and you just need to unlock them? And if that's the case, then we're looking potentially at being in Episode 6. One thing I would hope that Sega would avoid doing here is starting us in Episode 5. Just because Episode 5 kind of has a bad reputation of being unbalanced until about halfway through it. Whereby it was essentially either you played hero or you were just no good in terms of the damage you were putting out. That was a mistake that they learned pretty quickly, and it really cost them, particularly with the producer of the game, Satoshi Sakai, or Dragon Sakai as he's sometimes known as. He's basically been forced into the background with relations to any public appearances at this point, and it's really sad because he's kind of been spearheading the direction of this series for a really long time. From the limited quest, you get about 20 badges for about 15 minutes of work. For this one, you get 15 badges for 3 minutes of work. So it really makes sense to just run this instead right now. And especially with a really good team like this one here, sometimes you even complete it faster than 3 minutes. To be honest, I'm surprised the expert community hasn't shown up going after this featured quest. They might ask, what's up the fantasy side of things, except for, well, one, it's a huge homage to the game series' history, and two, that campaign basically takes place inside of a black hole, where time has been frozen. Alright, so right now we're at 112 badges. So I think we have like 7 or 8 more runs to go. And then we'll be done. Yeah, that was a really fast run. That was what, like 2 minutes, 6 seconds or something like that? Hey, we got a party of pretty high players here. We got a level 90 Atoil, a level 90 Hero, a second level 90 Hero, So this one should go pretty quickly as well. What I will say is, it's interesting to see how far the game has come in terms of player easiness, because Ultimate Quest areas like this used to be really hard. Like, you basically needed a 12-man team to get anything done. And then eventually, they were dumbed down. To the point where now you can just be a single player in there and get what you need done. Granted, part of that is power creep, and that's just a constant in this game. But at the same time, there was a distinct point where Ultimate Quests were just made way easier than they used to be. I think it was around the time that the that this area, the Ultimate Caves, came about, that was done. Granted, it's nothing like what happened way in the past to what was it, Star Wars Galaxies and its NGE patch. I don't think anything will ever match that in terms of being a facepalm for any upgrade. Or I guess in that case, a downgrade. But the other thing I'll say is, ever since the game launched, the game has also become faster. In that enemies move much more quickly than they used to. Back in, like, the normal mode and such. And that's kind of to be expected. Same thing happened with Phantasy Star Online in its ultimate mode. But nothing really like this. Alright, so it looks like we've got about 4 more runs to go here. If I'm doing my math right. I do want to refresh my my experience booster here, since by running that I am also getting more experience, which goes towards getting more class cubes, which are necessary in order to get the Liberate weapon. That dragon, that is one of the bosses where it's like, I want to do a parry ignition, and yet he goes down so quickly that it never works out that I get the parry I need. You think so? I mean, one thing that you can do in this game is you can remap buttons. If we go under assign keys, you can change what button goes where on the gamepad. So if that's the case, that will be short-lived for anybody that wants it the other way. I mean, for me, what I do is I do a keyboard mouse setup here. My mouse here, left-click the wheel, and right-click action 1, 2, and 3. And then my side buttons, I got my evade as my lower thumb button, and then I've got my weapon action as my upper thumb button. And then I don't have anything set to the wheel, but if I wanted to, I could, like, change weapons or something like that. And I'm not sure if you noticed there at the start here, but one thing that I do like to do as a mission gets underway is I'll actually start running as the timer's counting down from 3, and that way I don't have to build up speed as the mission starts. It doesn't do that much, but it at least gets you a quick jump off the at the start of a mission. What can I say? Doing everything I can to save time. I guess that's the old speedrunner in me, and I do mean old speedrunner. I was around back when Nate and Mike were setting up the Speed Demos archive. Or, not Nate, Nate and Mike, I mean Nate and Radix, rather. Last speedrun I did was, like, back in 2004, I want to say, and it was a, I think it was an Ark the Lad run. Or maybe it was my Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 run. In any case, I haven't done anything in a really long time. I have wanted to do a Phantasy Star Universe run in the past. Maybe that's something I'll look to do sometime in the future here on Twitch. Since the format here is better than what it was on YouTube. Yeah, we'll see what Sega decides to do. If they're going to support it or not. It's not going to do too much against me, but it'll be kind of annoying if I really can't use 3-button controls. Alright, let me see where I am on the badge count. 2 more runs to go. And then once these runs are done, we'll convert everything into the new sword. I guess for the moment I'll go ahead and take away the overhead displays on the characters here. Well, here's the thing. Even if it's not enabled natively, I know that there are, like, some devices out there that you can buy, which will combine a mouse and keyboard into what is effectively a controller, rather than it being native. So, it's actually a good idea that they're finally doing that. Wow, he just leaped out of there this time. Don't usually get that from this dragon. I don't think I noticed the red saber you're talking about, but I am aware that it is in the game. I think I have a Lavis one. Or no, it's not a Lavis camo, I just have a Lavis blade, which is an actual Techer weapon. Kind of useful in that if you like to do the wand whacking strategy, you get an extra attack that comes out after every third swing. I don't know if they realized it or not, Rooks. I have to imagine that they did, since this is the exact same thing that happened last year as well, though. When everybody was going after... Well, actually, no, it wasn't the same thing last year, because last year we had the yellow hunting stones, now that I think about it. So maybe they weren't thinking about it. And thank you for the follow, Clapping Frog. Got a smaller team this time, but that's fine. These guys are still melting very quickly. If there's one thing that I love with this build, it's the fact that I can get, sometimes to occur over 100,000 hit from just a normal attack. That's just the power that you get from a hunter. Of course, you need to like hit the weak point and things like that, but... Alright, on to the last area. There's actually enough damage that I was able to bring out my Imperial Cleave here. Thanks to the smaller size of the team this time. Alright, let's head up to the camp ship. That should have been it. And there we go, 202 badges. Okay, so what I need to do first is I need to move something on the current weapon over. But for that I need to find a weapon that can actually hold an S4. I think this will work. Wait, is this an S4? No, that's right. I was going to add the S4 later on. Okay. Alright, then in that case we're good to go then. Alright. So, Liberate Unlocker. 200 badges. I am about to get one of the desired weapons, actually. That's what we're doing right now here. So, obtain striking weapons, sword, Liberate Sword. So, there's the Novell Sword, the Plamia, the Dyard, Liberate Unlocker, X Cubes, Hunter Class Cubes, and the Ultimate Boosters. This thing is an 8 slot, and I'm going to take care of its abilities after this. Let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and equip that. So it is slightly stronger than my light stream, but that is before I've even put on any of the abilities that I want. Let's see here. And this is what it looks like. Now, if we go under here, add abilities. Yeah, so it has an S5 called Release Parry. And what I want to do is I want to try to get some things onto here, but not like the most important stuff. I'm going to take care of that later on. But if I can get like ability or something kind of strong onto here, that would be really helpful. So actually, let me go to my list here, and number of abilities, let me grab all these. Overlord Teddy Bears, I am doing pretty well today. How are you doing? Let's see, this has Power 3 and Mutation 3. Or Mutation 2, rather. This has Ability on it. Power 3. Power 3. Okay, and then I just need something else to go on to here. How about this one? Alright, so Release Parry, Power 4, Ability 3. Actually, no, we'll do that later on. Stamina. You know what? I don't think I have the right ability booster. I think I just have the 45, and I don't want to use that just yet. Yeah, I've got a 45 in there right now. Let me push these over, and now let's grab a 30 as well as a 40. Because I'm not going to be doing the big one right now. I just want to get enough onto here, and then I think after this current web event is over, there's going to be another boost week. Then again, I might be able to do it all tonight. Let me see. What do we get with that? Release Parry, Power 4, Ability 3, Mutation, All Resist. You know what, I don't even want to risk that much, though. No, a cat, no kill. I'm not going to be using that because, I am a subclass with its Toil, and so Vampiric Strike does nothing for me. So really the way that this is set up right now, I only get Power 4 and Mutation 2. Yeah, that's not that good. Let's see if we can build something else instead. Alright, so that'll at least give me power. Don't want to go into the Val Rs because that has other stuff on it. Now we start to get into the guns there, so I may just have to settle here, at least for the moment, until I can figure out more of what I want to do. Was there a Spirit of 3 in here somewhere? There's a Spirit of 5, but that's not what I'm really looking for. Oh wait, here we go. Spirit of 3. Okay, that might give me what I need, at least for the moment here. So release parry, go with that. Spirit of 3. Stamina 2. Because again, this is not the final build here. This is just so I can do the initial setup on this. I guess we could go with something minor here. Yeah, with all that, I would just need a 30%. And there we go. So that gives me the S5 release parry. Okay. And now, I should have an ad in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, definitely. I do want to get to the rest of the Algol series. On my YouTube channel, I did do a Let's Play of the original Phantasy Star way back, but I do want to get to Phantasy Star 2, 3, and End of the Millennium eventually. End of the Millennium particularly because, from what I understand, there's a randomizer available for that now. I'd probably do the original version first, and then try doing some randomized runs. Alright, where did that thing go? This is weird. Earlier tonight, I had picked up a strike thingy, but I'm not seeing it now. There's a retranslation, but it's also got some extra stuff added that's not official. What I would also want to do eventually, though, is check out the PlayStation 2 remake. And give that a try on stream. Is it possible it got categorized under here? Let me check the name of this real quick here. Yeah, this is really weird. I purchased one of these earlier tonight, and it has gone missing on me. So... No, I don't think I got scammed. I'm wondering if I accidentally used it at some point, though. It's not the end of the world. I just have to pick up another one now. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, no, I completely agree, and that was just the 2PP one. It gets even more expensive. Like I think the next one up, the Elegant, is like 50 million, and then the Grand P, that one's like 100 million right now. Alright, so I need to find where I've got my apprentice stuff. Here's one. There's the second. Now this is more than a 5 here. Oh wait, you mean the number of fodders? Yeah. Maybe. We'll see in a moment here. There's the last one. Oh, I see what you're saying. In that case, let me come up here first. Let's get some grinders. Alright, and now let's go ahead and sell. And we'll sell from storage. That's right, I put them in here. There we go, that gives me 1,000,000. Let's just make sure that'll be enough. Yep. Alright, so I need my Persona and Apprentice combo. Did I put my abilities away? Yeah, I did. Okay, so Apprentice Persona. There's the second one. And then there was a third down here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Alright, and now what I need, if I can find it, is Power 4. I'm not sure if I actually have it or not. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So let's come back to the top and see if there's anything else we can use. Let's try Power 3, Ability 3. Oh, this has a Power 4, actually. Alright, what does this give us here? That gives us Power 4. Apprentice Soul, Persona Reverie. Mutation 2. Yeah, so here's the thing. I would love to get Ability 3 in there as well. Because then that would give me, let's see, 40, 80, 120, 155, 170, 185. If I can transfer Glare, I'll give it a try. Then again, how many do I need to actually transfer Glare? Alright, let me take that off. And we'll take that off. I'd like to find a Glare and a Divine on the same one if I can find it. Yeah, I got like an Exceed Energy and Dominus. But the other thing is, Glare is Tech Attack, not Striking. What if I do this? So release parry, power 4. Yeah, the problem is I've only got 2 ability 3s working for me here. So I think what I need to do, actually, is I need to get an Apprentice Persona that also has an ability 3 on it. Alright, well this isn't anything I need to directly do tonight as well, because we've also got the next boost period that's going to be coming up in the coming weeks after this event is over. Until then, I mean, this weapon is still stronger than what I had previously. This is 2,771 versus 2,664. And the thing I'm really curious about here is I want to see what actually happens when I do the parry. Because apparently it changes the form of the weapon, but is that all it does, or does it also give it a boost in power? Hey there! You want to attack me? Anyone? Anybody want to try to hit me? Well, he tried. Okay, so did that change the damage? Doesn't look like it. Performance alters after a just guard using the weapon action sword only. So that really doesn't describe for me, though, what it actually does. It basically just says you need to do a Just Guard, and then something will change. So does anybody know what the actual change is? Even the Darkers are afraid here. Come on. Anthony, yes, I do plan on playing on the North American servers. Okay, and what's the performance like after? After Just Guard, plus 4% damage, negative 15% photon point consumption, and have a chance to reduce 99% of damage taken. Okay. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, that... So, the 15% HP per 10 seconds doesn't really do anything for me, since I am playing the Etoile subclass. But the 4% damage after is kind of useful, because that then boosts this up to 20% damage increase, versus this one here, where it was only a 10% increase, or 13% after the photon points refill. Yeah, it's a really exciting time. The way they've been hyping it up over the past few days, it makes me feel like we might be seeing the beta starting sometime in the next couple of weeks, to be honest. But that's just a feeling. Don't quote me on that. Alright, let me drop some of this off for now here. Let's see. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. Because I've been considering, I guess maybe I might as well do this now. So this light stream... Or no, where did it go? Did I put it away already? No, it's right there. Okay. Let me unlock it. Because now I've got a new weapon that is stronger in terms of doing light-based damage. So it doesn't make sense for me to have this one anymore doing light-based damage. I would say, if anything... Oops, that's not the right one. Item grinding... I just gotta do a throwaway here. So I can change the attribute to dark instead. And then this would then become the weapon I would use whenever I need to go after Lumen Mechs instead. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, since I've got the Liberate now. And then this one... I'm not really sure what I want to do with this one just yet. I might drop that lightning on it. But at the same time, it doesn't really make sense, since... I mean, other elements can come up, and... because of how my setup is right now, I've got my 4 slot on this weapon, which casts Anti. I've got this on, which basically just gives me a rare drop boost. And then this one, which I'm going to replace eventually, but this gives me Shifta. Yeah, that's a good point. I could do that. And that's the right one to do it on, too. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's actually quite a bit stronger than what I've got currently as well for my wired lance, so... good idea there, thank you. And then I would just need to change its element back to light then. And then that would be pretty much good to go then. Alright. So, with all that done, we're pretty much done running the featured quest for now. But I do have several other things I want to take care of today. That is going to include several of the daily quests that I've kind of had building up for a while here. Overlord Teddy Bear, thank you for the follow. Let's see, I need to take out Balrodos. Do we have any daily quests for the coast? Doesn't look like it, so let's just make our way over to the coast then. And we'll take him out real quick. This will be a good opportunity to see how this new weapon works. Grab a shift to drink EX. And of course, the party is open if anybody wants to join me. I am liking those damage numbers. And they'll only get bigger once I get the rest of the abilities added on. Here we are. Get over here. Almost had him on a one cycle. Now all we can do is just sit here. As he's going to do this twice, I believe. Yep, here comes the second one. Alright, down again. Yeah, look at that. He had one hit left there. Alright, back up to the camp ship. Alright, let's take care of Sanctum Suppression next. I need to change the color of this weapon. And I've got this one out since these Dragonkin here are actually weak to dark photons. Or Megaphotons, if you're familiar with that. Let's see, so really at this point, like I said before, it's going to be interesting to see what state the North American release is going to be in, what content's going to be available from the start. If Episode 5 is available, my plan is to go straight into Episode 5 and unlock the first Dark Blast. Just because I'm already familiar with the story, and of course any story elements we can always replay. But I want to get the Elder form unlocked so I can start to get the experience going on that. And because, well, most players aren't going to even know about that, and they'll wonder what's going on when suddenly a Dark Fall shows up on the field and is, for some reason, helping them out. I kind of want to leave. I kind of want to have people wondering what's going on, just for the lulz, I guess. And in terms of what I'll be playing when it releases, since we know all 9 classes will be available, all the 9 basic classes, I will be starting out as a Hunter Summoner. And the reason I'll be doing that is because Summoner does get those really big boosts to attack early on. And that will carry me up until the point where I can actually get into the Etoile subclass. It's possible, but keep in mind, Summoner will be the subclass more for me, so I really won't be able to take advantage of that. But I assume you're talking about using the Synchro Pet? Or the, are you talking more about the Marin rotation? Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, following that, we'll see what there is available in terms of quests. Alright, while we're at it, why don't we take care of the Sanctum Exploration as well? Yeah, I took care of Falling a long time ago, but with Hunter Etoile, it becomes really easy to take her down. Because the strategy basically becomes, get through the first phase, and then when phase 2 starts, dump your monomates and dimates, so that you only have trimates left, and just go to town on her. And with any luck, she'll be down before you run out of mates. That's basically the strategy, like, for Falleg. And in fact, I demonstrated that a couple of weeks ago here on the stream. Really, Gelwolfs? You think I carry up? You think I care about you? But yeah, I'm really excited to have the new sword. Since I think that's probably the last thing I really needed in order to boost my attack up enough that I'm able to get S ranks on almost any timed quest now. It's that plus getting the last few levels of my tree together, which is really going to push me over, I believe. I think right now my tree is at level 5. So that means I still have a potential 9% to still get together of attack strength. And you know, it's funny, you'd think that I would have had that done a long time ago, and I just never really got around to paying attention to my tree. Well, yeah, taking out, trying to take out Mother and Deus. If the player isn't properly geared, of course, they're gonna have trouble. But that's kind of the idea behind the, what you need to do for the expert quests. But I'm expecting that we might get, like, ultra-hard requirements sooner than later. I'm just trying to make sure I'm taking out enough enemies so that I actually get the clear here on the client order. And I think it'll be interesting to see how long it takes until players in the West also get into expert teams. I know for myself, it took several tries before I finally did clear them. I would agree as well. The way I did it, I kind of brute forced getting the clear. Certainly if I had dodged a bit better and such, to the point where I wasn't, getting knocked around all the time, wasting time, I probably would have taken them out within time as well. But Deus is... he's also just particularly annoying with how he likes to just waste time in that last phase by not even giving you a target to hit. Alright, so the exit isn't up there to the north, so let's try to the east next. Yep, I'm not surprised by that at all. I think I saw at one point somebody tried to take Folleg down with like just a sword, just a basic sword. I would agree, and one thing that I have been adding in more recently is using parry ignition. So that kind of goes towards that as well. Let's see here. I just need to clear on the mission. I don't need anything else. It's funny, why doesn't that dragon follow me into the next area? GDN990, thank you for the follow there. Or is it Jiden? I'm not sure. Gotcha. Yeah, I've tried to, when I was playing Hero way back, I would try to counter more often than that. But yeah, it's... Ultimately, I went back to Hero just because that's what I'm more familiar with. Okay. What's next here? So we need to head back over to the coast at some point, real quick. Also got some other suppressions we need to take care of. You know what? Why don't we head for the seabed? Yeah, I would agree on that. For Rising Slash, you gotta learn when to let it go. The only reason to hang on to it would be actually if you're in my situation, whereby you're playing the Etoile as a subclass, and you've got the photon point reduction going on, whereby the more you use it, the less it costs each time. Otherwise, yeah, figure out how far away the target is, and if it's just too far away, just move on and let it go. I am missing targets back here. Oh, you're talking about the Hero Rising Slash. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about this one here. I know what you're talking about now. The one where they hold it down and it just goes wham, 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 wham all over. Yeah, when they do that, they're in no position to start dodging. And get the counter. Now, I don't think I needed any specific targets here. I think I just needed to clear it. No, actually, I do need Blue Torben, actually. So we'll hunt around for those. Those should be the little spiked critters. Unfortunately, no. We're still waiting to hear about that Noctis. Supposedly, yeah, we really don't know. They showed off Episode 5's trailer during the initial announcement, but we don't know if that's actually going to be available or not. Alright, there's number 3. Number 4. Just need one more Blue Torben. There it is. That's up to you to decide, Noctis, if you want to do that. I'm probably going to be staying on both versions, just because, for the sake of community, it'll be easier to build up on the US version. But for the sake of the story, since that's probably going to come out in on the Japanese servers first, I'll want to check that out over there instead. What I would suggest to everybody, though, is if you're interested in the Phantasy Star series continuing to come out in languages other than Japanese, to at least support the Western release as much as you can. Just because we need to be able to show Sega, hey, there's a market for this here. You don't have to stick around forever, but if you can stick around for a little bit on the Western version, that will at least show Sega that, hey, you know what? The players do want to play. And that'll make it easier for the developers to make the pitch to management that they should, like, for instance, have a simultaneous release or something like that. Oh no, I totally get you there. And I'm kind of in the same boat as you, to be honest, since this is a beta character I'm using. But like I said, I'm also hoping to build a community now with the Western version. And it'll be easier if we're all able to communicate, essentially, than here on the Japanese version. Alright, let's head for Desert Exploration next, since I gotta take out Iguanada. Yeah, and seeing how far behind, that's going to be a big thing. If it's up to episode 6, then of course, that's actually going to be really good news. But if it's back in, like, episode 4 or something like that, yeah, that's going to be a hard sell. If it's, like, episode 1, yikes. But I At that point, I don't think it would be like true episode 1. I think it would be more the content is locked. And we'll have to see what kind of release schedule Sega comes up with. Because really, that's what killed Phantasy Star Universe, the fact that the servers got like a year behind Japanese releases. Yeah, I can understand doing that as well. The only really hard content in Episode 4 was the Fall-like fight. And even then, that wasn't that hard. It just... you needed to practice it, basically. And learn how her attacks timings work. Ah, Itsuki and Soro from the original anime, the Episode 4 precursor. Interesting to see them popping up here. Let's see here. And that takes care of that. Alright, so exit is not here to the north, so it's probably going to be over to the east instead. Let's make our way back over to there. And let's see. Of course, knowing what I know about this game, and actually what you should know about the game as well, we should be able to make bank when the Western version comes out. I guess one question is going to be, is Clotho still our sugar daddy over there, effectively? Some fashion I'm sure we won't have access to, just because they were, some of it was collaboration-based. I don't know, I kind of like that Clotho isn't as relevant these days, because it gives us more variety in the missions, like, you know, just doing a run like this instead of 5 time attacks over and over and over. Van, I don't know if we would ever get a Fortnite collab. That would really only work if we could get like a 100-man free-for-all arena, I guess. Which, you know, battle mode is hard enough to make work as it is. But I could see like a Halo collab. I would love to see a Sangeli costume in this game. Bring what up? Battle mode? I mean, let's be honest, there's something in this game that has not been touched in years, and that is challenge mode. I wonder how many players are going to get suckered into that, thinking that it's relevant content. Yeah, okay, I can see that, but at the same time, players are gonna get like a bunch of star gems just by completing story missions at the start. The problem with challenge mode is it hasn't been updated in years. I would have expected the third type to have come out by now. I mean, we kind of did get it, but it's in the form of endless quests. Yeah, I'm going to avoid doing that, but if you guys want to do that, by all means, please do. What is up with this map? I mean, here I am, I'm looking to just do a quick run and just look at this thing. Most of the English community is on ship 2, actually. Well, there's the Guanada I needed. Well, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, if they want to do it, then by all means. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen worse, things come up in symbol chat before. Alright, while I'm here, what do I still need? Apprentice... Alright, yeah, this'll count as a kill, I guess. Omega Masquerade. The one where you had to do 700, or rather 999 stages of that. Deus Esca was episode 4. Alright, before I forget again, let me go ahead and change the photon colors on my other weapon. And actually, I'm curious if I can change the color on this. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so... we're gonna change this from a blue to red. There we go. Alright, up next, why don't we do the Volcanic Caverns? Alright, as for my actual target in here, aside from the Dragonkin, I gotta take out a Voldragon, and then actually do the Volcanic Caverns exploration, so I have to take out a certain number of targets in here. And hey, at least they're going down pretty quick here. All those numbers. Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that as well. I don't understand why they wouldn't release the Windows version at the same time. Ah, we got a Dark Rachna here. Alright, down goes the Dark Rachna. And the rest of the Dragonkin are bugging out here. Alright, let's see if that was enough, and take out the Voldragon now. Pop the Photon Blast, and let's bring out Elder. Well, that sucks, he went underground. And he's underground again. Great. Alright, that takes care of the Vol Dragon. Yeah, so those yellow hunting stones, that's what was dropping last year. So I'm really curious why... or rather, I'm actually not surprised that Sega didn't realize that the 2020 badges were going to drop from today's featured quest. Alright, let's see what's next here. I pretty much am fully in on Dark Blast for Elder and for Double. I still need to get some kills for Apprentice to unlock this one, and then for Loser I need to get Diffusion Ray, but then that's it. Let me put some of this stuff away since I'm not going to be adding those abilities today. Really what I need to do is I need to just get myself some more Maceta and probably purchase what I'm going to need off the market. Yeah, that makes sense. The one that's on the number 2 button, right? Sort my inventory? I mean, I have to clean them every now and then. But I've got... Because this is such an old account, I've got some really old stuff on here. Like, I've still got a couple of rescue guns. Which, if you remember, are from the Arc Ship Fire Swirl event. Which I'm hoping we eventually do get an ultra-hard version of. But yeah, I do see what you're saying in that I could probably sell some of this stuff here. In fact, why don't I go ahead and do that now? Sure. Why would I put shock on them? In fact, I don't think these have any elements on them. Yeah, that's true. But it wasn't actually a requirement that you shock him, though. It just stunned him for a brief moment. I should probably do something with all these dim tacks, yikes. Alright, well anyway, let me sell that, that old stuff. Or the low-level stuff here. I'm not sure. You know what? I might have been leveling a tech-using class at the time, so it's possible that might be why. Let's see what we got in the treasure shop today. Perpetual Madness, Incarnation of Knowledge. Alright, I think we got some stuff done from over at this counter, so let me go ahead and hand this in real quick. Okay, so I just need 615 left to max it out for this week. And there really isn't one specific target that's better than the others to do that here. Honestly, I would probably actually get the rest of them just through defeating bosses. Speaking of... Let's see. Advanced Quest, we do have to take care of one of those. Why don't I go ahead and start that up real quick? If I remember correctly, Advanced Quests, you don't actually have to do much inside of them. But I'll go ahead and start one up in the Tundra, just in case I do happen to run into those Yetis. And I'm just doing this on the very hard one. No reason for me to use up my my super hard cubes in this case. Oh, it's Apprentice. Yeah, it's King Yeti that we're looking for, so we haven't seen any of those yet. I do love the fact that they finally got rid of all the different types of Pyrozene, and just turned them into photon boosters instead. That makes it so much easier to get whatever it is that you're looking for, without having to run the same one over and over and over. I think that was a great call that Sega made to finally do that. Here's some King Yeti. That group went on and on. Yeah, I don't know what speed I have to the Japanese servers, to be honest. I know, at least when it comes to battle mode, I've got no shot at it at all. I pretty much just went in there to get my red shine, and then I was out of there. We'll see how that goes when the servers come up in North America, and in fact, that might be something I go for first, depending upon what state the game is in. Gotcha. Yeah, I had the thought that, given your username there, that you were from Australia. Sorry to hear about all the wildfires that are going out there. I just hope you're safe wherever you are. Alright, that takes care of one of them. Fang Banther, come on down. Or Snow Banther, rather. We'll see how all that plays out. I really can't say much in either way to it at this point. Alright, let me hand some of these in here, just so they're not clogging up my client orders. I want to hang on to at least 2 of them, just because that could be used for next week's. ARCS missions, rather, when those come out again. Since you need 200,000 Meseta to get 1 million. Okay. Alright, we also need to do a Tundra Exploration as well here, so we'll go ahead and run that. Yeah, this is another element that's going to be really kind of in question here. What's going to happen with characters like Twin Kamui, since that is a character that showed up as a part of Phantasy Star Online 2S. Yeah, exactly, with Void Facility and things like that. Plus, what was his name? Dr. Cohen. We still need to continue through that at some point. Getting through the classic season. And I'm trying to get my old version 4 set up to run Android natively if I can. So I can do that again. Otherwise, in order to actually play that on stream, I'm gonna have to potentially get another system together. But one thing at a time right now. Because there's so much else that we need to get through still. Alright, hopefully this will be enough to get the clear on this. And yes, that was enough. Tundra Exploration complete. And then it looks like the last one we've got in terms of a full run is going to be Quarry Exploration. Actually, no, we also need to do this this Train Gadoran one as well. Alright, why don't we take a trip over to Tokyo then? Alright, we got the T-Rex coming up. Not gonna be enough to clear this client order, but I'm more interested in taking out the Trangadoran. Alright, into the next area we go. It'll be fun when the Ultralize Trangadoran comes out and the rest of what happens to Earth. In fact, I'll be really interested to see how they make that work in the story. I mean, I get that Phaleg did come from Earth to the Ark's universe, but at the same time, I'm just interested to see how Shiva managed to track her back home, I guess. Alright, let's start up the quarry. I believe this is a full-on Quarry Exploration. Which means I can't take the short version. Oh, we got a Lillipin here. I guess I can go ahead and turn up the sound setting again on the voices here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do while these guys are just searching around in the garbage here. But I do at least want to try to clear one emergency trial here. Actually, I'm gonna get 2 here. Alright, where are you headed now, little one? Yeah, I also wanted to do this emergency trial since... Alright, Lillipin found what it was looking for. Wanted to do this because otherwise this map was going to be extremely short in terms of the number of enemies I had defeated. Might have put me at risk at not getting the clear I need at the end. Alright, let's head back north. I know, it's like... There's like a minimal number of enemies that you need to actually defeat to actually get a clear with an S rank. But for some reason the game just never tells you where you are on that progression until it's too late, essentially. By the way, what's up with this structure here? It's just spitting out more and more sand. You'd think this whole valley would have filled up by now with that. Ah, Zeshrada, I think I needed you. Or maybe it was something else I was thinking of. I'm getting turned around here. Ah, here's the exit. Yeah, it's funny, each area in this game tries to do something unique. So, like, in this, here in the Quarry, you've got those 2 teleporters that try to move you around the map. Okay. So was that it? Yeah, the rest of these... there really aren't any specifically good places to tackle them, so I think I'm going to leave those just for whenever I happen to run into them. Alright, so I think... let's, actually, let me see what I've got in my inventory here. I'll throw these in the material storage. If we come over here... Alright, why don't we go ahead and do a couple of triggers here. Profound Darkness, as well as an Earth Destroyer trigger. Didn't realize I had run out of photon points there. I don't know if I'm going to get S rank on this one. I think I still need to get my final version of the abilities on here. Plus, I don't even have my attack boost on from my photon tree. I guess we'll see. So far, we're right around where I would expect to be honest. Yeah, actually, that was a little bit quicker on the tongue kill there. Maybe there's still a shot at this, then. Alrighty, here we go. Got the quick attack there. Let's go to town. Alright, here come the bits. I can't see anything with these walls up. Alright, here come the bits again. And of course the auto target takes me in the wrong direction. And once again, we want to go after bits. Timber. Darn it, I missed on that. Amy! Alright, that was the thing. Just my luck there. I knocked him back as he was, as I was trying to do the Imperial Cleave again. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we got.
Completed.
Just a bunch of drops, and all these, I should be able to turn them into X-Cubes aside from the blue drops here. Alright, let's go ahead and do the other trigger now. Destroyers of Light. Trying to get the weak point one here. Why am I not having any luck with this? There it is, finally. Alright, so we got Mother up first. One hand to go. There we go. Nice, got the skip. Darn it, missed that again. Trying to get the timing of that is incredibly annoying. I wish Sierra would say something a little sooner. Alright, that takes care of Mother. Hey, Sindudak, thanks for joining. Alright, waiting for the orbs. Here we go. And up we go. Yeah, it took some practice to finally solo him, but I got it. Alright, on to the other side now. Orbs? There we go. And once again, we are headed up. To the ground with ya. And we're moving on to the final phase. Let me go ahead and break out Elder here. Alright, down he goes. Let's go for the Imperial Cleave. And that finishes off Deus Esca. Alright, let's see what we got here. Once again, just a bunch of weapons here. Most of this I should be able to convert into X cubes. Thank you, Noctis. I think I had around 2 more minutes before I ran out of time on the S rank. Actually, no, 2 minutes 19 seconds it looks like. So yeah, I can't wait to finish putting this this sword together for kind of what the final tally on this thing is going to be. Right now it's at 2,771 damage. If I can get that up by another 150, I think I'll be happy with that. And then if I can get a proper S4 onto here, that will be even better. Because 2 of these I've got just as throwaways. Well, actually, one of them I have to throw away to make room for the S4 slot. Alright, let's head back out to the lobby. And let's go ahead and check out the spoils. Yeah, no kidding. I think the one that was ever the worst for players to struggle on was actually Magatsu, because you had multiple groups that just could not finish that thing. Pretty much all of this I can get rid of. Actually, no, not that one, since that one has 7 slots on it. That one has 8. As I've said many times before, I get drops so frequently that it just doesn't make sense for me to keep anything that has less than 7 slots, because it's not going to sell fast enough for me otherwise. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up these Ark's mission rewards. Let's make our way up to here. And so with that, I am going to be bringing this portion of the show to an end here. Now, I am going to take a quick 3 to 5 minute break, after which point we are going to be switching over to another portion of the series, so please stand by. I will be back shortly.